So y'all remember that like Asian guy who was talking about poor dad, rich dad? Yeah, well, I'm going to teach y'all how to be a rich photographer, not a poor one. All that and more coming up here on The Morning Jolts. What's up, guys? Mark back here with another Morning Jolt episode. Hope you guys are ready. I'm about to lay down the knowledge. Y'all want some knowledge? Y'all didn't just come here for the bad jokes, did you? 'Cause I got some real good info to give y'all so that you all will hopefully ride off into the sunset with bags of cash and hot chicks or dudes, doesn't matter, on your arms. And, you know, we're going to make this thing work. Okie dokie, artichoke. You got two kinds of photographers, right? You got rich ones and you got poor ones. Now, most of the poor ones, and I'm not even talking about work. Let me clarify real quick. You got rich photographers, you got poor photographers. Most people would call this a starving art. You know, much like painting or sculpting or finger painting. You have people that either work for a living or they just like the hobby. They like the tech of the industry. And a lot of those guys, I mean a lot of them, they just like to buy the newest and greatest stuff. Like, it's fun to them. Like, that is like a hobby. I get it. Like, I'm the same way with other things. Not just with other things. I mean, I like brand new camera tech, too. I like to be in the know, but I don't necessarily want to own all of it because you can't own everything. And realistically, you're not going to use everything. And when you don't use it, you lose it.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is that a serious question?
Yes. Yes, it is. Because honestly, as with most things, photography gear, for the most part, is a depreciating asset, okay? You're not going to get the same amount of value out of your gear as when you first bought it. So, with that being known, the one thing in photography that does seem to retain its value, if it's good, if it is good, without a lot of compromises and chromatic aberration and fringing and distortion and flaring, is lenses. In most cases, if you buy good lenses, you're going to get probably roughly 90% of your value back out of it. Like, if it's got some scuffs, if it's got some love on it, most people are not going to really care. So you can discount that lens a bit, but if you really baby the absolute shit out of your lens, like no scuffs, no scars, no scratches or anything, and you just diaper that thing the whole time, you can get probably 95% of the value of that lens, if it's good, back out of it, should you ever decide to go and sell it. That's why glass is the best investment in photography. You can buy flashes and triggers and camera bodies and tripods and all this other crap, but I mean, you might as well just anticipate never getting your money back out of it. Most people don't want it. Most stuff in photography is so user-specific, it's just going to be really hard to offload that stuff. Lenses, on the other hand, there's always someone out there looking to upgrade their image game. They're always willing to buy a lens. But that specialty tripod you got on Instagram for $89, the travel tripod that looks like that creature from Wild Wild West, I'm sorry, you're probably never selling that thing. They're having a hard enough time selling it right now. Why the hell do you think it's on an ad on Instagram? But that's the thing. I mean, it's very user specific. So like if you went, oh my God, this would be absolutely perfect for what I do. I mean, the other 95% of photographers out there are going, what exactly in the hell is that? And you're never going to offload it. So you'll never be able to move that piece of gear because it's not very specific to most other people. Now, that's another good analogy that I want to bring up. Like, people ask me all the time, it's like, Mark, why in the hell do you spend so much money on Apple gear? Because I do. I spend words are hard today. I spend an inordinate amount of money on Apple products. The reason I do, though, is because I can get my money back out of these products. Whereas if I was to buy the top of the line Alienware, I don't even know who's good, right? Like Dell XPS or it doesn't really matter. I'm never going to get my money back out of those plastic machines. It just doesn't happen. I don't make the rules. All I know is that I happen to be a Final Cut 10 editor, and I really like that program, so that's the main reason why I buy Apple products. But the second reason is that even though I spend a lot of money on these products up front, I know that I'm going to probably get roughly 90%, maybe even 95% of my value back out of it because I take such good care of my Apple products. This Apple Watch, I'm going to get probably half because unfortunately, it's it's worn all the time. So it's going to pick up a few scratches here and there. I'm not going to be able to protect it like I would everything else. But this MacBook Pro right here, can you see it? I just bought it probably 2 weeks ago to replace my iMac 27-inch. This thing blows away my 27-inch iMac by like 7,000 points on Geekbench, and it is much lighter and much more portable. But in a couple of years, when it's time to possibly upgrade yet again, I'm probably going to be able to score roughly $1,800 to $2,000 for it, and I paid $2,400 for it. So I'll get 2 years worth of heavy use out of it, but because I will keep it in such good condition, I'll be able to get the vast majority of my investment back out. Most people are not very good with finances. They only look at the short term. It's like, oh, well, I've only got, $800 to spend. So they only get what fits in that budget instead of waiting and then saving for the real mojo stuff. You want the real mojo stuff? You better stop and save. People like instant gratification, though. They're not willing to stop. They're not willing to wait. They're not willing to put the brakes on and get the good stuff. They want it now. It has to be right now. I want it, and I want it this second, and if I don't, I'm going to have a pissy fit. This iPad Pro, yeah, it was a ridiculously expensive piece of gear, but it actually is very powerful. But when it comes time to sell this thing, which maybe this year, I don't know, the new iPad Pros are supposed to have much, much smaller bezels. I don't know if that really makes a difference to my actual workflow or not, but if you sell your gear each and every year to someone else that wants Apple gear, you're going to get the vast majority of your investment back, and you got to use it the entire time. It's the exact same way with lenses. So listen to me. I'm telling you, buy lenses. The camera bodies and all your other photography gear are not nearly as important. If you want to be a good investor, if you want to be a rich photographer, you buy secondhand. In the bodies, you buy secondhand in your tripods, you buy secondhand in your C-stands, your light stands, your lighting, your LEDs, your flash modifiers, your soft boxes. Buy all of that secondhand or used open box stuff. All of that stuff is a depreciating asset, and you're going to lose massive amounts of value as soon as you yank that son's a bitch out of the box. All right? Now, that way, you save a ton of money on all the other gear, which means that you ultimately have more money for the lenses. And now that you know that you can get most of your money back out of your lenses, you're going to become a much richer photographer because glass is where it's at. Spit a little glass at your ass. Now, I just busted y'all with some tips. Okay, if you want to be a rich photographer, if you want to take some of the best pictures of your life, camera body's not going to do it. Invest in some cheap lighting, learn composition, and buy glass. Glass is where it's at. Glass is going to make you the money. Increased resolution, increased micro contrast, increased output, increased sharpness and texture and character. Those are the things that make a good photographer rich. It's not the camera body. I mean, the camera bodies are so disposable right now, but glass is expensive. It's harder to manufacture. It is harder to polish and refine. Whereas camera bodies, I mean, it's just like a VCR. When was the last time you saw a VCR? And how much would you pay for one? Kind of the same thing. So if you want to be in the know, if you want to outdo all your friends, go ahead and keep talking all that hype with them. Let them buy all the new shit. And you go, oh man, it's so sad I don't have a new camera body. All the while you're buying lenses. And your photography game keeps getting better and better and better. Use the extra money that you save from all the other stuff. Buy lenses. Invest in yourself by learning lighting and composition, and boom! You're going to have people rubbing all up on you like, dude, you are an awesome photographer. You're so good. You're so good. Can I book you? Can I book you? You're like, no, I'm too busy. My calendar's full. And your calendar will be full because you'll start taking much, much better photographs. So I know I fool around a lot on this channel and I talk a lot of shit, but this is serious. Be financially sound in your purchases. Spend the extra money, or if you don't have it yet, you stop, save, wait, and then get it. Because all of those better investments are going to pay you back in the long run should you ever decide to get out, switch systems, do something radical like, I don't know, go make some effing money and stop watching YouTube videos. It's going to make you a whole lot more money. I'm telling you. All right, guys, that's all I got for you all today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Maybe even subscribe if you really liked it. I appreciate that all the time, for real. And if you do decide to invest in something in your photography, I've got affiliate links down in the description box below. I'm affiliated with B&H Photo and Adorama and Amazon. So, you know, for all of you, I've got a option. So if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, don't forget to support me, support what I do. It helps out. It's not much, but it definitely helps out, and I appreciate it. At any rate, thanks so much for stopping here at The Morning Jolt here on The Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'm going to see you guys again on the next one. Peace out.